Vickery, for sharing that as an international affairs expert and also former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Commerce. Please stay with us as we come back to you for our next discussion as well. Now, moving the focus on to UK, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer's office has said that any legal action against the BBC is a matter for the broadcaster, but the government supported its independence after a lawsuit brought by US President Donald Trump. His statement comes as Trump accused the broadcaster of defamation and of violating a trade practices law, and also sued the BBC for up to $10 billion in damages over edited clips of a speech that made it appear he directed supporters to storm the US Capitol, opening an international front in his fight against media coverage he deems unfair. Meanwhile, the BBC apologized to Trump last month, but rejected his demands for compensation and disagreed that there was a basis for a defamation claim, and now the BBC has said that it will defend the lawsuit filed by US President Donald Trump against the BBC. Now for this discussion, we welcome back Mr. Raymond Vickery. He's an international affairs expert and former U.S. Assistant Secretary of Commerce. Joins us live from Washington, D.C. Thank you very much, Mr. Vickery, for staying with us. Now, looking at this, what does this reveal about the current balance British public broadcasters or any broadcasters must strike between robust political scrutiny and the legal risks of editorial misjudgments, especially reporting on leaders, in this case President Trump? And do you think apologies and internal corrections are sufficient?
Well, thanks very much for allowing me to comment on this. You know, throughout his career, President Trump has used the courts as not a way to seek justice, but as a part of what is called a lawfare, like warfare. Unfortunately, in the United States with our system, those who have vast resources and can hire the best lawyers can use the judicial system not simply as a way to seek resolution and justice, but as a part of an aggressive approach to fighting one's enemies. And so you see, in regard to the BBC, the use of the courts as President Trump has done in regard to American broadcasters, CBS and others. And what happens is, because he has deep pockets and can afford good lawyers, he makes it so difficult that people bend the knee and settle. This he learned early in his private career from an attorney named Roy Cohn, and it's been his approach throughout his career. So this is a continuation of the suit against the BBC is a continuation of what he has been doing to try to rein in and control the narrative. You know, he will not let rest the fact that he lost in 2020, that as Senator Mitch McConnell said, he lit the match and was responsible really for the storming of the Capitol to try to overturn the results of that election. He will not let that rest. And he therefore is suing the BBC as a part of that approach. In normal times, what you have suggested, an apology and a correction for really what are relatively minor aspects of the editing of the Panorama show by BBC would be enough. But that's not in accordance with the strategic approach of using the courts in the United States under lawfare to wage warfare, if you will, against what President Trump considers to be his enemies.
Right. Thank you very much for that deep insight. With that, I would like to thank Mr. Raymond Vickery for joining us as an international